Hi, welcome to this video where I'm going to talk about sacred secretion and how I, for over 2 days, attained higher consciousness, talking with the masters, getting knowledge and wisdom. Is it possible? Very possible. Now, first and foremost, I talk towards the double simian community. Um, there are many reasons for that, and this video is meant for the people on the Discord server first and foremost, to help some on the way, but also for the general public. You can also do this, but there are elements here where the double simian is better at it and will attain it faster, because where they are on the awakening ladder, the ladder or walking up the mountain, whatever metaphor you want to use. So, I made a little bit of a checkpoint there. See if you can see that. Seriously. Well, anyway, I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to show you a few pictures around my room that I have from my experience attaining higher consciousness and what I brought back with me, what knowledge I brought back. So first, I have a few pictures here. You could say that is from my road, and I have a few tricks and tips on how to hack and cheat a little bit, of course, to attain it. Now, you can see I use colors, color light, also very important, because you have not only color breathing meditation, you can also heal with it, tranquilize yourself, take away your worries and anxiety and concerns. We're going to talk about Gateway experience, a CIA program, and you could say out of body experiences. But the spirit told me not to go out of my body, so I only separated, except from vectoring, the vectoring tape I did, and there you have to go out to vector. I also cheated a little bit there, and I used the Da Vinci as a model for my vectoring. Might be something you can do also. The sacred secretion, first and foremost, start on the date. That date, you could say from the father, is the masculine side of things. There are two energies in play here. One is from the father and one is from the mother. Many different names. We have Gaia, we have Christianity, Islam, different names, right? But there is always a connection there. And then you have other Eastern religions who have yin and yang. And those things you can go back and see in my podcast. I made a podcast called Parakeet. It's number 11. And if you see and watch that first, you will get more context what a double simian is if you are not one yourself. So, secretion start on a specific date. You can read all about that to other people. I'm not going to go into that. What I can say is that the time is a little bit off. I started only 1 hour before I was supposed to, but I added 24 hours. So I added 4 whole days the first time. But there's a sequence that people are not aware of. And that sequence is how many days you're going to do it, because you are going to lose it and then you have to attain it again. It's a learning curve. It's always walking up. So, smile. You have to make yourself in a happy place. Also, before you going into this, a double Simeon would have done intermittent fasting. He would have gone carnivore to gain his strength. This is not a discussion about food and things. It has to do with what they are poisoning in at this time and what it's not poisoning. So to make you the strongest for what's coming, you need some guns, a little bit, and you need to stay happy. So a good trick to stay happy in your downtime, save some money before you do this, so you can spend some extra money on stupid things that you wish for yourself. So this is what I bought me when I had a little bit of a downer after. So Grogu is so cool. I bought this. May the force be with you. Also relate, of course, to the energy that we are finding and using. Okay, so back to the list. Now, date plus 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours, depending on where you are in the world, of course. You have different. Now, on day one, I noticed something very particular. Because I'm a carnivore, I do not have typically oily waste or my urine. But immediately on day one, I could notice oil. And from my knowledge from before, we are producing 150 milliliters of spinal fluid every day, and that probably goes out there, I would assume. At least some of it, and the theory is then that some of it may leak, especially me, because I had something called fibromyalgia, which is actually leaking of spinal fluid. Anyway, that was some of the first thing that I noticed. I had a lot of visions. Do better. Doesn't matter if you do. You don't have to do it all. Like, you don't have to stop smoking to do this. You just have to do better. Smoke less. You don't have to go running 10 kilometers. You can go out walking 1 or 2. It's about doing better every time from whatever the schedule is. The schedule is one day. Most of us who are, I would say, would do this normally before. It would just happen on that date. At least the spirit told me to start with 3 days. I did 3 days plus 1. I think the higher consciousness would relate to me starting eating again. So I lost it then. But also other things happened, interfered. The life outside, telephones, messages, people thinking badly of me, maybe, bad thoughts, but most likely also a lot of good thinking because I did it. Training, walking. Then I noticed at night 3, third night, I slept maybe 3-4 hours every night, 2 hours maybe the last night, maybe not even that. So not much sleep. Night 3 came lost, like insane, wanted to, and this is with semen retention, so you have to release before. You should release before. So not to get overly tempted. And I'll bet you that you will get a temptation around that time. That is no coincidence. There are no coincidences. Very important before, because you have to use the gateway experience to learn focus 10 and focus 12, so you could help put your first open your kundalini, and then the seal will rise. So what you actually do is you have something called Gaia Gateway Chakra, which is opening your total opening of your chakra all the way up to your crown, like that. That's the crown. And then it goes in your pineal gland, boom, and you attain higher consciousness, and you get very peaceful. You're not afraid of anything anymore, and that a little bit of that I brought back home also. But you know, I'm back in 3D now and chasing the 5D again. The Gaia Gateway Chakra is, for me, it was pretty special because I was told by the spirit to go somewhere where I could be barefoot and put my feet on the ground. Then imagine the power, like 1.5 meters to 3 feet, something like that, under you. And I imagine it like a big ball of golden energy, golden, gold, color gold, and white sparkles, just like in the pictures there. So I started then with, I went outside and I found a place. I didn't know it at the time, but I was sitting under a sacred oak. Bet the druids would be pleased by that. Anyway, I pushed with the use of Focus 12. I pushed this energy, Gaia energy, or Chi. I like to call it Chi. And I like to call that from the father, the seed for Ru. So Chi Ru, which is the same symbol I have on my breast, meaning Father in Heaven, Mother Earth. So I use, you could say, the mother energy, the feminine energy, to open up all my chakras, all the way up to the crown. Boom. That took a tremendous amount of effort, and I'm pretty well trained. I've just been in Thailand for 5 months training almost every day. I can easily do 50, 100 sit-ups, but I'm devastated in my glutes and everything after what I did. So it takes a tremendous amount of effort. Also your mind. It's not all mind what you're doing. We're actually opening. After I got this color of white and gold in me, it turned to a rainbow color, so 7 colors. And the process is, of course, indigo and violet or purple. Violet, I would say. And then that went like a spiral, up and boom. And then I started with focus tell and take the seed up, but the seed stopped here, so I couldn't get it longer than here. So I went home and I got new messages from the spirit to go meditate again in focus 12 and try once more. And I got the frequency, and the frequency is 183.58 hertz. Yeah, I forgot to mention something very important before the Gaia Gateway Chakra. We doubles, we naturally have, that's why I forgot it, we naturally have this gratefulness to nature. Even the name nature come from the doubles, the netters. So the double simians. Anyway, in the Gaia Gateway Chakra, you have to be grateful to nature before you do it and after. So of course, before I prayed to and talked with nature whenever I walked up towards that place where I could sit. And after I went, of course, to the oak, placed my hand on it, and thanked it. Because I know I was carrying Gaia, Gaia's energy at that time, the chi. And I also had affirmation that I should say, and that is, I am a speckle of a sacred whole, the one thing that exists. So that I also said under the Gaia Gateway Chakra before I did it. So yeah, a little bit messy, yeah. But that's a quick overview on how I did it. There's a long line of things that you have to do before even well, you should try anyway, because it's about doing better. But I oiled my body. You have to clean yourself really good, cut your hair, look good. You have to treat yourself the very best you can, because you have to find your happy place, and your happy place is about you, how it is around you, what people is around you. You cannot have a mother or a colleague or a partner nagging you or texting you while you are doing this. It's not possible. You have to find space to do it in solitude, or as solitude as you can get it. It's detrimental for you to succeed. Also, I use the colors of light when I picture the rainbow. Of course, when I came home, I did the focus 12 in the 183.58 hertz, and I raised it to my pineal gland, and I don't know how to describe it. Everything just got warm, comfortable. Um, Ease of mind, knowing things, know why I know these things, know more about my destiny, also why I changed my channel name. I am. Have a nice night. More coming.